If you're over 60, you've probably heard this advice your entire life. Eat fish. It's good for your heart. It keeps your arteries clean. It protects your brain. And for many years, that advice sounded absolutely right. But here's something most people are never told. Not all fish protect your heart. And some types of fish, especially the ones many seniors eat every week, can quietly increase your risk of stroke, sometimes much faster than you expect. According to major health organizations, hundreds of thousands of Americans suffer a stroke every single year. And for adults over 60, the risk usually doesn't come from one dramatic mistake. It comes from small, repeated choices that feel healthy, until one day, your blood pressure spikes, your balance feels off, or your doctor says something you never expected to hear. And here's the surprising part. For many older adults, the hidden problem isn't sugar, isn't red meat, and isn't even junk food. It's choosing the wrong kind of fish in the wrong form far too often. As we age, our bodies don't process toxins, salt, and inflammation the way they used to. Heavy metals stay longer, sodium raises blood pressure faster, and inflammation does more damage to blood vessels than it did in our younger years. So a food that looks healthy on paper can quietly become a problem later in life, especially when it's eaten regularly. In this video, I want to walk you through several common types of fish that many people over 60 eat, believing they're doing something good for their heart, but that may actually be working against them. And just as important, I'll show you what to choose instead. So this isn't about fear or giving up foods you enjoy. Some of these may surprise you. One of them might even be sitting in your freezer or pantry right now. So before your next grocery trip, before your next seafood order at a restaurant, let's take a closer look at which fish truly protect your heart and which ones can quietly raise stroke risk after 60. Let's start with the first one. 1. Farmed salmon. Salmon is often called the gold standard of heart-healthy foods. Doctors recommend it. Dietitians praise it. Many seniors eat it faithfully, believing they're protecting their heart. But here's the truth most people miss. Not all salmon is the same. The salmon most commonly sold in grocery stores today is farm-raised, not wild. And farmed salmon lives a very different life than salmon in the wild. It's raised in crowded pens and fed processed pellets instead of a natural diet. That changes the fat balance of the fish, increasing inflammatory fats while lowering the protective ones. Over time, eating farmed salmon too often can increase inflammation inside your arteries and quietly affect blood pressure. This doesn't mean salmon is bad. It means the source matters. If you choose salmon, look for wild-caught varieties and enjoy it in moderation, 1 or 2 meals a week, not every day. 2. Tilapia. Tilapia is one of the most popular fish in America. It's affordable, mild in flavor, and easy to cook. That's why many seniors choose it as a safe protein. But tilapia is almost always farmed, and its nutritional profile is very different from what most people expect. It contains very little of the heart-protective fats found in other fish, and much more of the fats that promote inflammation. Over time, this imbalance can contribute to stiffening of blood vessels and higher stroke risk, especially in people with high blood pressure. If you enjoy whitefish, better options include wild-caught cod, haddock, or pollock. 3. Canned tuna. Canned tuna feels like the perfect healthy convenience food. Open the can, make a sandwich, lunch is ready. The problem isn't tuna itself. The problem is how often it's eaten and which kind. Many types of canned tuna come from larger fish that accumulate mercury over time. Mercury doesn't leave the body easily. It builds up, especially in older adults. It can damage blood vessel lining, interfere with blood pressure regulation, and affect the brain. Add to that the high sodium found in many canned varieties, and what seems like a light lunch can quietly strain your arteries. If you eat canned tuna, limit it to occasional use, choose light tuna, and always check the sodium label. 4. Swordfish. Swordfish is often seen as a premium, healthy restaurant choice. It's lean, filling, and feels like a smart alternative to red meat. But swordfish sits at the top of the ocean food chain. That means it accumulates very high levels of mercury. For adults over 60, mercury exposure is especially concerning. It stiffens arteries, raises blood pressure, and interferes with brain signaling. Symptoms like dizziness, confusion, or balance issues are sometimes blamed on aging, when the real issue is what's been accumulating in the body. For heart and brain health after 60, swordfish is best avoided entirely. 5. King mackerel. Mackerel is often praised for its omega-3 content. But here's where many people get confused. King mackerel is very different from smaller mackerel species. It's a large, long-lived predator, and it carries a heavy mercury load. Regular consumption can quietly damage blood vessels in the nervous system. Smaller varieties like Atlantic or Spanish mackerel are safer in moderation. But king mackerel is one fish older adults should skip. 6. Smoked fish. Smoked fish feels light, elegant, and healthy. After all, it's still fish, right? The problem is salt. Smoked fish often contains extremely high sodium levels. For seniors, sodium can raise blood pressure quickly, sometimes within hours. Regular consumption can undo months of careful blood pressure control. Smoked fish isn't something you need to ban forever, but it should be an occasional treat, not a daily habit. Fresh, baked, or grilled fish is always the safer choice. 7. Fried fish and fish sticks. Fried fish feels lighter than fried chicken or burgers. But the frying process changes everything. High heat destroys omega-3 fats and replaces them with damaged oils that promote inflammation. Breaded coatings add refined carbs and sodium, creating the perfect storm for artery damage. Studies consistently show higher stroke risk in people who eat fried fish regularly. If you enjoy fish, switch to baking, grilling, or steaming. The fish stays flavorful, without harming your heart. 8. Sardines. Packed in oil or salt. Fresh sardines are one of the healthiest fish you can eat. They're small, low in mercury, and rich in heart-protective nutrients. But many canned sardines are packed in salty brine or cheap vegetable oils. This turns a healthy food into a hidden blood pressure problem. If you choose sardines, look for those packed in water or olive oil. Rinse them and enjoy them once or twice a week, not daily. Now you've seen it. Several types of fish that millions of people eat every week, believing they're protecting their heart, when some of them may quietly be doing the opposite. The truth is, fish can be one of your greatest allies after 60, or a silent contributor to stroke risk. It all depends on the type, the source, and the preparation. You don't need to stop eating fish. You just need to choose wisely. Smaller fish, lower sodium, less processing, and more attention to labels. Because protecting your heart isn't just about avoiding a stroke. It's about staying independent, staying clear-minded, and being present for the years that matter most. So, the next time you're standing in the grocery store or reading a menu, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this fish feeding my heart or fighting it? If this video helped you, please share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for the next video where we'll talk about the best fish choices to protect your heart and brain after 60. Stay strong, stay informed, and I'll see you next time.